Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to film a fitness Q&A, which I have been meaning to do for months. By the way, I've probably said it in my last couple of videos, but excuse my weird speech at the moment. I've just had a clear brace put in, so I'm finding it a little bit difficult to talk. It's a little bit embarrassing. I didn't want to take it out for the video because you're supposed to keep it in for like 23 hours a day or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, if I'm speaking weirdly, then that's why. Sorry if it's a bit distracting. Anyway, fitness Q&A is something I've been meaning to film since the summer, I think. And I'm just getting around to kind of sitting in front of the camera now. All the stars have aligned. I've got a bit of free time to do it in, and the kids are at school and nursery. So I'm gonna find that picture on Instagram where I asked you guys, what would you want to know about my fitness routine? Because lots of you ask me what I do to keep fit. So I've been doing like a little bit of filming more of my fitness stuff recently. Before I get started, I'll just give you a little bit of background. I was awful at all sports in school. I didn't really enjoy them. I did a bit of netball. I was okay at that. The only thing I could ever do well was running, something that I really enjoyed and something that I carried on into my adult life. Here and there, I kind of dabble in and out of it, depending on the weather, depending on how my cardio is at that time. At the moment it's not very good, so I could probably run down the road and be out of breath. I find it's one of those things that once my fitness with running goes, I find it quite difficult to build it back up again, to be able to run longer distances. So yeah, I was rubbish at all of that kind of sports stuff. I don't know, I'm just really not very coordinated person, and I don't really enjoy an environment where it's competitive, so I just didn't really enjoy PE at all. And then I discovered yoga when I was 14. It was one of the classes that we could take at school, and I've been doing it ever since then. Again, I kind of dabble in and out of it depending on what's going on in my life and how busy I am and stuff, but that was one of the things that really kind of got me into looking after my body and my mind, I guess, as well. So I did, when I moved to London, I found an amazing hot yoga studio. It was like Bikram yoga, 40 degrees. You walk in there, it sounds quite intimidating, but if you enjoy yoga and meditation and that type of thing, then just go for it. It's amazing. And you walk in, it's 40 degrees and you're sweating before you've even done anything, and it's such a good workout, and it tones your whole body and it makes your mind feel amazing, and it was just incredible. It got me through a few rough patches of my life. I'd just go there and I would just feel like I could cope with anything afterwards. And then we moved to Bath, and they don't really have a hot yoga thing here. It's kind of like a warm yoga, and then I would have to go to Bristol to go to a proper hot yoga, which for me with the kids, I kind of need a class that's close by that I can nip to for 45 minutes or whatever and then come home. To travel to Bristol and then do a class and then come all the way back, it's quite a long round trip. So I decided to try and look for something else to give me that same kind of endorphin hit and keep my body conditioned and stuff. And I started just going to a gym and doing my own thing, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know how to use much of the equipment and stuff, and it can be quite intimidating when you don't know what you're doing. You feel like everyone's looking at you and just that you're a bit clueless. So I started going to a group HIIT workout session, so high intensity interval training. So you would do 45 seconds on one exercise and then have 10 seconds rest, and then you go on to the next exercise, and then you repeat the whole circuit. So it's kind of when you're starting to get tired of doing one thing, or you're thinking, oh God, this is horrible, why did I do this? You quickly move on to the next exercise. So for that reason, I really enjoy it. It's not something that I ever thought that I would get into. If you told me 2 years ago that I was going to be into weight training and going to the gym, and I just wouldn't have believed you, but it gives me that crazy endorphin hit like nothing else. It makes me feel like I can do anything after I finish that workout. And sometimes it's almost like you have, when you finish and you lie down, it's almost like you have this out of body experience. Very rarely, I'm always trying to get to that point, but it's just so good for the mind. And I think sometimes people don't realize that exercise can actually be such a great thing for your mental health and your mind. I find that if I'm in a bad mood, or if I've had a tricky morning, or if I'm PMTing, or if something's on my mind, I can go to the gym and do a savage workout and then I just feel like I can cope with it. I feel like everything's lifted and that there's like space in my brain to be able to cope with things. So I personally go for the mental health side of it rather than to look a certain way. So anyway, that's what I do at the moment, and I will get on to the Q&A questions now. I've blabbed on long enough for that. Right, here we go. I'm just looking at the questions that you guys asked on Instagram. How do you stay motivated every week and not convince yourself you'd rather spend time catching up on work or chilling out? This is something I personally struggle with. What I would say is that I'm not always motivated, but somebody once said to me that when you really don't feel like you want to go, that's when you should go, because that's when it's going to be like best for your mind. So I tend to try and stick to a bit of a routine. I always go on a Monday because I just find it sets me up for the week, and then I just kind of see how I get on the rest of the week, if I want to go or if my body's feeling like it's able to go and work out, then I go. But I think sticking to a routine and not make yourself feel bad for not going. Did you still find time and motivation to work out when the boys were newborn? If so, how did you manage it? My son is 4 months old and I really want to get back into fitness but struggling to juggle everything. No, not when they were newborn. I didn't really do anything. It was more when Rufus was about 5 months old, I think, was when I started looking at going back into like classes and doing a little bit of like gentle yoga. But I really wanted to just take those few months of like newborn months, just take them off and let my body recover from birth. Everyone's different, obviously. Everyone recovers at different rates and everyone's body can cope with different levels of like when they can go back to exercising and stuff. And I know how frustrating it is when you want to, but you can't get there because you've got your baby or your body's not at that point yet where you're ready to work out. What was the actual question again? I definitely think though, if you do feel ready and you don't have time to get to the gym or you can't because you're breastfeeding or whatever, then just stick a 20-minute workout on YouTube, 20-minute HIIT workout. You can do it in your pajamas. You don't have to have equipment to do it. You can do it with your children in the room. But yeah, there are ways to work out at home. You don't have to go to a class. So I would just say start with that. How did you get into fitness after having a baby? I'm currently 36 weeks pregnant and I can't wait to get back into it. I think for me, it was more that so when I had Rufus, my abdominal muscles split. So I had diastasis recti and I knew that I needed to kind of do some gentle exercise in order to kind of try and start repairing that. So I started doing yoga at home because of that, and I think I just kind of got a little bit addicted to the like endorphin hit. Started doing a little bit of running, a little bit of swimming, and then I went on to the gym after that. But it was like a gentle process for me because I wasn't really doing that type of workout before I had Rufus. It wasn't really like a thing that I knew that I was going to get into. What do you do for exercises? How many times a week? And what do you eat? Do you follow a certain something for eating? Please share everything. That's quite a lot of questions. Okay, what do you do for exercises? So I go to a group workout class in a gym where I live, and it's a HIIT workout, so high intensity interval training. It's different every time. It's exercises like cardio exercises like the rowing machine, the running machine, ski erg, air bike, and it's all mixed in with different types of weights and body weight exercises. So it's a little bit of everything and it's very different every time you go. I always try and go to the Monday class, and then I try to go to at least one other class that week, if not two, but it depends on what work I've got going on that week, what's going on with the boys, whether my body has repaired and I feel like it's a good day for me to do a workout. But yeah, I don't have like a strict routine, and I find it much easier going to a class. I never thought I'd be a group workout kind of person. I'm like, oh no, I don't want anyone to see me working out. But it's much easier in a group because you get told what to do. You don't have to think about it when you get to the gym, and you kind of just get on with it because everybody else is getting on with it. I definitely think I work much harder in a group than I would do if I was just in the gym by myself. Okay, so the next part of her question was, what do you eat? I'd say generally speaking, we eat fairly healthy at home. Most mornings we have porridge and fruit for breakfast. I eat a lot of vegetables and eggs at lunchtime, and then dinner would usually be something like chicken and rice and veg, or I don't know, stew. We eat a lot of stew at this time of year. But then obviously we eat things like cakes and cookies, and we have that stuff in the house because we have the kids. So I guess I eat healthily. I'm aware of what I'm putting into my body, but I also don't like not treat myself. Like if I want to go out and eat a cheeseburger, I'm going to go out and eat a cheeseburger. So I don't really follow any kind of diet. I'm just a bit like mindful, I guess, of eating good food. So I can't really help you with the diet plan, I'm afraid. I think that's everything on that question. How did you find what to do for you? Did you ask fitness trainers or someone for advice? So like I was saying before, the gym that I go to in town, it is a group workout, but it's really similar to what I imagine having a personal trainer would be like, because you have 2 trainers in every class, and they literally go around helping people and correcting people and reminding people what the exercises are and stuff. So you have someone there the whole time to like correct your form or push you if you want to be pushed. In terms of finding what to do for me, I kind of just fell into it. I just kind of realised that it was something that I really enjoyed doing and something that was good for my mental health. It can be really difficult, I think, to find exercise that you actually enjoy. There's nothing worse than doing exercise where you just want it to be over and you're not enjoying it, or you're just doing it to kind of lose weight or whatever. It's a really tricky thing. This is a good question. Please explain how you feel when you don't exercise. Benefits of mind, body and spirit. I think when I don't exercise, some days I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it today. I need to listen to my body. My body's tired. It needs to repair. But I do miss it. I miss the high that the endorphins give me. For the first 20 minutes of a workout, I sometimes can be a bit like, oh, why am I here? And then 20 minutes hits and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love this. I can do anything for the rest of the day. Like I can cope with anything that comes my way. Anything that was stressing me out before seems like a really small thing now. So those are the benefits that I find. And then obviously you have the fitness side of it as well. It's actually good for your body. It's a healthy thing to do. I think sometimes I feel guilty if I go on a day where the kids are both here, but then I have to remind myself it's only 45 minutes. It's a healthy thing that you're doing for your mind and your body. You're a better parent when you come home from it because you just are calmer, more patient. And I also think it's a really good example to set to them. It's not like I'm going out shopping or something. It's mummy's going out to keep her body fit and healthy so that she can take care of you, kind of thing. So I do think it's a good example to set to the children as well. Not that that was what the question was about, but do you just do cardio related workouts or do you ever use weights? I know weights are useful, but I never know if they're necessary for a workout in a woman. Kind of already answered that. So I do a mix of weights and cardio. I really enjoy weights. I never thought I would be like a deadlift or kettlebell swinging kind of girl, but here we are. I do think it depends what you're searching for in your workout. If you want to tone up and that's like specifically what you want to do, or you want to gain muscle, then I would say definitely do weights. I'm not an expert. I just enjoy the combination of doing both, and I think it's just whatever works for you. Were you always athletic or did you have to teach yourself to get into fitness? As I was saying before, didn't really enjoy sports at school. The only thing I was good at was running, and then I found yoga. I wasn't necessarily looking to get into fitness. I just kind of fell into it when I was trying to repair my body after birth. And then it was just something that I continued to do that I found massively beneficial for my mental health. And the kind of physical side of it was just a bonus, basically. Your arms are very toned. What combination of exercises do you do to achieve this? So I basically just do whatever I get told to do at the gym. They do a lot of weights. So I guess things like thrusters, kettlebell swings, press ups. There's a lot of resistance band workouts and that type of thing. Just a combination of that stuff. There's a lot of arm stuff actually. But yeah, combination of that type of stuff. And also I pick up a 2-year-old every day. So I think that has something to do with it too. How do you juggle 2 kids and workouts? How many times a week do you work out and what kind? Do you have any tricks to work out in the mornings? Okay, juggling kids and workouts. Basically, I normally work out in the morning on the days where they well, Rufus only goes to nursery 2 days a week, so I normally just try and do the mornings on those days after I've dropped him off, and those will be the times that I generally tend to stick to. Luckily the classes kind of time in with after school drop off for me. But then saying that, I do sometimes go on days where I have Rufus and Steph is working at home. I'll just nip out for an hour and go and get it done if I feel like I need to do it that day. Obviously I'm very lucky in the respect that we both work from home, so our flexibility is a little bit different than I guess like a couple who might be both working in an office or something. So I guess it's a little bit easier for me to juggle. You've spoken in videos previously about dealing with anxiety as well as PMS. Do you still have motivation to work out on your bad days? I would say that on days where I'm PMSing, those are the days where I'm like, oh, get me in the gym, like just get me there now, I need to go. Because I know that even if it doesn't alleviate all of it, I will walk out feeling better and I won't regret it. I don't think I've ever walked into the gym and come out and thought, oh, why did I do that? We shouldn't do that. I always walk out feeling better. Yeah, so for me, that's personally when I need to go the most. Makes me a better person. Makes me less mean. Lots of questions about diet. Another one about, do you follow a particular diet? I don't follow a particular diet. I was saying before that I just kind of eat healthily, but when I want to eat something like a cupcake or a cheeseburger, I just do it. Some days in the month I will just gorge. You can always tell when I've done my food shopping online when I'm PMTing, because I'll literally get like 5 different types of bread and like chocolates and crisps and that type of thing. So I don't follow a particular diet. I just try and eat healthy most of the time. I feel like I've probably covered most of the questions. A lot of them are really similar. A lot of them are like, what do you do? How often, and diet. So I feel like I've probably covered those. But if you guys have any other questions, then stick them in the comments below, and at some point I will try and get around to filming another video if you guys still have any other questions. I hope you guys liked watching this and you found it useful in some way, or inspired you to get into the gym or go for a little jog or try a yoga class or something. But yeah, like I said, I just find it so beneficial for mental health. So if that's something that you struggle with, then I would definitely recommend trying a little exercise and seeing how you feel afterwards, because for me it's just the best thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you guys all very, very soon. Bye!